Good morning, good morning, good morning, all of my great trade geniuses out there. Welcome back to Trade Genius Live. I'm your host and the brand ambassador of the Edge Fund, the prop firm, Trend Genius, and we are in here on a Tuesday. Let's see who we got in the building. Yeah, y'all was putting out, I'm sure some of y'all saw, I was putting out a couple of dumpster fires in the chat and in the circle, so folks coming in here with just all kind of misinformation, just it's crazy. But you know, gotta handle it accordingly. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, let's see who we got in the building. Bodovan, good morning. Mike, good morning. T. Wiley, good morning. Britt, good morning. Jonathan, good morning from Dominica. Kiara, good morning. Mr. Drifter, good morning. Regina, good morning. Edgar Martinez, good morning. Naroski, CP time. I love it. Yep, I was on CP time, man. I burned my rhubarb. I burned my rhubarb Pop-Tart, so I went with a sea moss one. I had to put a sea moss one in there. Yep. Emu, good morning. B. Cologne Jr., good morning. Braco Ferguson, good morning. Mr. Lee, amazing morning. T. Brewer, my brother, good morning. V. Brewer, good morning. Moodinator, good morning. Blum Machete, good morning. Jerry Jack, aka Mr. Payout in the building. I like the new picture. Dope. It's dope. Chalk, good morning. Corbs, good morning. Serena, good morning. Karate 357, good morning. Jazz Rich, good morning. Spiff Stick, Grand Risings. Oh, you're welcome, brother. Absolutely. I got on that immediately. Yeah. I got on that immediately for you. Absolutely. Stuff like that, some things is like it has to get done now. You know how that is, just like the prioritizing, a little different stuff, but absolutely. Let's see here. Oh, do we? Oh man. Yeah, I was in there messing with it. I was trying to do so much. That's all right. We got a little early. That's all right. It's all right. A little early. JR, buenas. Hold on a sec, y'all. Let me get this gentleman together here. All right. Let's see here. To Telly, good morning. Moodinator. He laughing. He said, "What you hear?" No, it's good. What you hear now? Yeah. Absolutely. Sneehall, my sister. Good morning. B. John. Good morning. Welcome, my brother. Mystic Flame. Top of the morning. Q. Grand Risings. Absolutely. All right. Let me send out this other notification, and then we off and rocking. All right. Cool. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Y'all know what we do. That's a groovy ringtone. It's a little something. It's generic. I ain't gonna lie. It's super generic. I mean, but you're the music guy, so I could do better. I know I could do better on that one. Let's see here where we at. All right, cool. Let's go ahead, screen share. Let's get to what we do best is repetition, right? So let's do this and then allow, and then we're gonna switch over to this guy. Wow. All right, cool. So Tuesday, we have, what do we got? We have today, 6:45, orange folder, flash manufacturing PMI, flash services PMI, and then at 7 a.m. we have yellow folder, Richmond manufacturing index. I don't think that's really going to do anything, but we definitely got to keep our eye on this PMI. That could change some things. We just want to be mindful. We don't want to take it for granted just because it's orange folder. That doesn't mean anything, because there are times where orange folder be hitting. It be hitting. So yeah, I ain't even get my studio lights together, everything. I came in there and saw what was posted, I was like, man, I got to address this now. I can't even let this go no further. So I stopped everything that I was about to do and get on it. So, all right, cool. We got everything back up now. But yeah, let's see here. Yeah, so 645, that's all we're really looking at. Let me hit a financial juice. So, huge drop overnight. I was doing some research. It said it has something to do with what was that was going on? I posted it in the news section in the inner circle. Something with Korea. What was it? Yeah, the Korea, I haven't done the research on it because I didn't have time. I was going to, because I like to be knowledgeable on stuff like that. But if you go into the on the inner circle, for those that are in the inner circle, if you go into the news tab, it talks about Korea's. It's a KOSP, I guess 12 or I2 or something like that, collapsed over 10%. So it said it's taking SK Hynix and Samsung down hard with it. So that's something I'm gonna do some research on later today, just to see, what that's about. I like to see, know what that is, know what those are, in the event, we dealing with something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, with that stated, I'll do the research a little bit later on, but I'm assuming, because I'm not sure. That's what I'm saying. I'm assuming I gotta do the research that that is possibly this crazy, I don't know, 1,000 points or whatever it is. 1,000 ticks or whatever it is that it dropped last night. So would have been nice if we would have got a sell candle confirmation on our overnight trade, huh? That'd have been amazing for all the members in the Genius Vault. We'd have had a TP, something crazy tonight. Something crazy last night, and still be in it right now. But whatever, it is what it is. Let's see here. What's up, my sis? Good morning. Good morning. Let's see here. That's good to hear. I just didn't see your name like normal. Got it. Good morning, everyone. Chrissy in the building. C Dub. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, their stocks dropped. Yep. That's what it was. If you'd have saw what somebody put in the chat based on that, y'all be shaking y'all head. I don't know. Y'all may have read it before I took care of it, but it's ridiculous. But anyway. So let's, since we did news, we already know what's going on there. We have about 4 minutes before the open. Let's go ahead and y'all can see we're already getting some little consolidation right here. Is it a chop box? It's not a clean one, but it's a box. You know what I mean? This is something that if you're watching NQ, you'll see this a lot, right? You'll see, like this tends to happen like right before market open. You know what I mean? So that kind of gives us an idea of what possibly we may see. The good thing is all my targets are above. So if I do decide to take this box, I'll be taking it long. And my stop loss would be right below the box. So we'll see. Either that, or I'll wait for my DS to set up, which will have to get market structure shift, fair value gap, and then enter on the gap and then go. So we'll see. So let's go ahead and do our daily bias. Let's get that rocking. All right, so we're gonna mark out. Where are we? We are here. All right, so 5 p.m. Anyone new to the stream, I'm on Pacific Standard Time Zone, so mark your zone times out accordingly. So it's 5 to 9 and 11 to 2. These are time from last night, 11 to 2 a.m. All right, and what are we doing? Excuse me. We're looking to see. This is a session, a portion of Asia session. This is a portion of London session. This is a portion of Asia session. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to see if London in this section between 11 and 2 took out Asia highs and or Asia lows between this section of 5 and 9. So let's identify the highs in the Asia section first. That would be here. That would be the high of Asia. It's the highest point Asia went within this time frame. And this would be the lowest point Asia went. Okay, perfect. Now, highest point of London would be probably, yeah, this candle right here would be this candle. And the lowest point would have to be here. So we can just tell by looking at this that London did take out Asia lows, but did not take out Asia highs. So with that stated, we possibly look for price in the New York session to be bearish. Now, y'all know we're not married to this bias. It's just a gauging point. It's just something for us to look for. That's it. Doesn't mean we trade off this. It doesn't mean that we're just going to just sell today. That doesn't mean any of that. It's just a bias. So just keep that in mind. As I say, we're not married to that. Anything can change that. News can change that. Anything, unfortunately we get some tweets or something to that nature that could change it. Like there's many things that can change it, but regardless of that, we do not, like I said, we're not married to that bias. So let's see what Lazy doing over here. He calling out shorts. Okay. Got it. He calling out shorts, huh? I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. All right. So let's see here. Twyla, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see here. I wanted to break the rules so bad. I was trying to retire yesterday. I feel you. Hey, you did the right thing. Strengthening your discipline one day at a time. That's what's up, Chrissy. For real, for real. It will happen for us. I believe it. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Lazy called that out. Where are we at? 6:30. Market just opened. Okay, let's see what we get. Let me get on the 1 minute. Excuse me. Wow, huge consolidation area. Yeah, I would have never thought with all this selling pressure from last night, I would have never thought it would have broke out and sell, but hey, it did. So there it is. Let's see here. Wow, I'm talking about a lot of selling last night too. A lot of selling last night. And we have news at 6:45, so I'm wondering if we will have a change of direction with that. I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see. Oh yeah, we are back down into the 29,000s. All right. Hopefully we can get a DS long. That would be dope. Let's see here what that would be. So market structure here. Boom, boom. Okay, cool. Well, y'all, let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. What Lacy doing? 29,756. Oh, what's entry? 29,697. Oh, so entry already was there. 697,756. So 697 was here. And then 756 would be there. So it looked like that just got stopped out, unfortunately. All right. I don't know, Serena, my trusted confidant. We may have a DS long. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Ah, we got orange folder. Interesting, interesting, interesting. That's one thing about being a trader, right? We are professional decision makers, and we got to make decisions on the fly, right? Unfortunately, Laser's trade just got stopped out right before it even started. The entry at 697, yeah, they got in because that would be here. And then stop loss of 756. Yep, that got stopped out. So, whoa, what just, hey, what are you doing? Y'all saw that? What the heck?
Order canceled.
Yeah, it is canceled. I don't know if y'all saw that. When I be moving my mouse sometimes and y'all see that pop up, my mouse be hitting my the front of my other laptop over here. And you saw that though? All I did, That was crazy. That's why you gotta pay attention so much. It just put an order on my put an order on my chart. Like, what? We lost your mind? Yeah, so let's see. I don't know. Price may do this until it might be a little choppy until news. I don't know. If it does, that'll be great. You know what I'm saying? Because right now it's been really chopping around since really about here, since about 5:26 this morning, right? You know what? To make it fair, we'll say here at 5:34. It's been chopping since then. Yeah, it's been chopping since then. So let's see here. Yeah, that got stopped out, unfortunately. All right, so we'll see. The good thing is let's see here. What's the low here? 29,616.50. 29,616.50. That's over 100. That's over 100 points. Jeez, what's up with these? Wow, I would have probably take this one as my stop loss. All right, we may get the DS long. Well, we got market structure shift, so that we got. So let's see. 10 minutes before news. Trying to see how to navigate this terrain. So maybe if price chops around a little bit, and then we'll be able to get a cool entry, that would be dope. So no fair value gap, that's closed. So we got our market structure shift. So let's see. $5.0 last night, right? That was something. Good thing is I'm glad everybody leveraged down and we're good. We are almost, let me see here. Did you ask how everyone was doing? Oh, thank you, Jerry Jack. I appreciate that. Yeah, while we waiting, thank you. I appreciate you, bro. I did not ask that. You know, this is the third day that, not that I didn't ask, but I realized like I didn't. So that lets me know I got to put another little note up here on my thing. I got to add that, like make sure that I'm asking. It's very important that we audit our feelings. Since the market is already open, and we're just waiting. I would definitely ask y'all, how are y'all feeling? Y'all know that's something I always like to do. I always like to audit feelings every day. I'll start off. For me, we're almost at the 8% line. Right, so reversal should be coming, correct. Doesn't necessarily mean that a reversal will be coming, and I got to put the 8%. I got to put everything back on my chart. I have not had a chance to even reduplicate everything on my chart right now. I don't even have my reversal zones and all of that stuff on my chart, even though we're way above all of that. But that I will definitely get that done today. I've just been extremely busy, just with all kind of stuff going on. Yesterday was a really busy day. I had four calls, like back to back. And then when I got done with that, I jumped on. We jumped on our members only stream. I was making stuff, doing juices, cooking, you know. But hey, you got to multitask and get through it all. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little tired yesterday. Even got up early, got my exercise in. I was a little tired yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. Around 7:30, I was already dozing. I was on my laptop, sitting on my sofa trying to, get some other stuff done. I was doing some stuff for the health and wellness channel, me and my editor, and I was dozing off. I was like, I'm glad we wasn't on a call. we was messaging. I was like, I'm glad I wasn't on a call. I was dozing. So just want to give y'all a little update on FX Replay partnership. FX Replay partnership is definitely done. Like, we got it done. I'm just working on those percentages that I had told y'all about. Joseph Love, good morning. He said, yo, what? I'm Joseph. Yeah, that lazy trade got kabooshed in 45 seconds. That's funny. Let me show you, said a little touchy. It zoomed out. If zoomed out, it's a trend line. It's a trend line that's coming up. It could bounce up from it and break through, but it shouldn't because it has a lot of touches on it. Let's see here. Wait, Moodinator Chris, the musician from the IC. TradeGheenyuz. Yeah. Yep. C Mood. That's him. Doing great. Let's see here. With Marvin Drifter, did 5-0 hit last night? Nah, it was a buy and price sold. Looking for FEG for DS longs. Doing great, ready to rock. No feelings today. Checking boxes off the list. Trend was catching Z's. I'm telling you, I was on my laptop and I was dozing. I was like, okay, I told myself, I was like, boy, you tired. But it's cool. It's cool. Them phone calls was tired. I mean, those phone calls were tiring. I'm not going to even lie. But we'll see. So we got about 5 minutes. Man, if this can hold off and don't give us no FVG for just like another 5 minutes, man, that'll be amazing. Get through news, and then I'll feel even much more comfortable taking a DS long. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, man, how are y'all feeling? One word me in the chat, how are you feeling? 9:30 breakout strat was a hit today. I'm one and done for the day. That's what's up, Morbid. Shout out to you, brother. That's what's up. What? For right, J Royal? He said, Moodinator, you do everything and you're everywhere. Yeah, that's for real. That's for real. That is the truth. Yep, gap did not hold, unfortunately. Tired, boss. You know what? I'm not tired. I was tired on the way. Like I got a good night's rest. I'm in bed at 8:30. You know what I mean? So trust me, I got a good night's rest. I was just had a tiring day. My body was like at 7:30. It was like, is it bedtime? When I laid my head down on that pillow, I was gone. And my body got up at I think it got up like 3:26 this morning. So that was cool. So, yep, still waiting on the gap. We have about another 4 minutes. Yeah, about 4 minutes until news. That'll be great. I don't want to see a gap right now. I don't want no gaps. I wanted to just, oh, you know what? We do have a gap. We do. I forgot I had turned these off last night. We do have a gap right there. Yep, I'm tripping. Let me get my stuff up. I had these off from overnight session. We do have a gap. I just saw it. I was able to identify it without my FEG. Yes, it would be right here. Interesting. This stop loss would be way too big. That's 615. If we took an entry at, yeah, that's way too big. So we have a little less than about 3 minutes before news. I probably would take this low down here, and this would be what? The low of this candle is 29,670.50. From here, yeah, it would be tapped in now if you got in. Yeah, I'm really want to be patient and wait for news and do it the right way. Even though this would be our entry. Entry would be 745.25, and let's see here, what's the low? 677.45. So that's 75 points times 4. That's 300 ticks. That's $200.50 tick value. That's 6. That's $800. Yeah, that's pretty extensive. Probably would go in on 3 to make it $1.50 to make it about 4. Yeah, probably would go in on 3 micros on this joint. But I want to give news some time. For real. Yeah, I just saw that Moodinator. What you got? She got 74, 450. Is that what it is? I got 745.25, Serena, right? It will be the low of this candle right here, right? Because that will form the FVG, the low of this candle and the high of this one, right? So looking at the low of this candle, it's 745.25 would be entry, like right there. Yeah, it wouldn't be the top of this one. Yeah, it would be right here. All right, we got a few more minutes before news. Man, I wish that FVG would have held. I mean, wouldn't have happened. I wish we would have still waited. I mean, I wish price would have waited, so we could have. But we'll see. I'd rather err on the side of caution than just jumping in too soon. Just about being patient and not just thinking I don't want to get left behind if this trade takes off. All right, we got less than a minute for news. Let's see what we get. So, yeah, so entry would be 745.25, which is the low of this candle, because that would be the very top of this FVG right here. And then I would not take this as my stop loss. It's just too big. It's just 616 from 745. We're talking 100 and something points. That's like over 400 and something ticks. If you do take that one, then I would say just go with like $1 tick value. Just go with 2 micros. Let me see, 100, 400. Yeah, just go with like $1 tick value. If I do decide to take this entry, we got 10 seconds before news. I'll take it. I'm probably going to take it on 3 micro. Let's see here. What's the low here? Because I'm going to use, if I do decide to take this trade, I'm going to use this as my, all right, there's the news candle right there. All right, so that would be news candle. All right, I'm gonna set my entry right now. Maybe to come back to get me. 745. What did I say? 745.25. Yeah, that was a news candle. It might take off now. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with. I'll go with 3. See if I go with 4. $2. Here. The low here is 670. That's 70 points. Yeah, and I'll put my stop loss right here. So let's see what we get. Stop loss will be 670.75. Sell stop. All right, I'm tapped in on 4 micros. That's a $2 tick value. So we'll see.
Order filled.
We'll see. We'll see what we get. See what we get. Would I hold all the way up here to this daily? Of course not. That would be insane, right? That wouldn't make any sense. But I think I will take partials at this first unmitigated level. So that would be a sell limit. And I'll take 3 contracts there.
Order submitted.
And I'll leave a runner. So that'll be my trade. That's my trade. So stop loss for me, I'm using the low of this candle. This down here is just too deep. Down here, just way too deep. Way too deep. It's like over 100 and something points from entry. Like that's way too deep. This stop loss is 70 points from entry. That's much more doable. So, let's make sure we err on the side of caution and let's do that. So, actually, you know what? I'm going to do this. Cool. Got that bread. Now I'm in on a runner. Confirm. And I'm going to put this right there and let that rock. Let's see what we get. Cool. And just let that go. Up right now, about $600, and I don't even know how many accounts this is. I think it's like 15 accounts. Yeah, it's like 15 accounts. So I'm just gonna let it run, see what we get. But yeah, I thought even though I had it up here, I thought that was way advantageous. I was like, I thought it was better just to take the base hit here off of this swing high and then leave my runner. And that was actually a better decision. So we'll see. We'll see what we get. But I truly believe we have a lot to reclaim. A lot to reclaim. A lot. So let's see what we get. All right. Let's see here. That human in you was like, okay, time to shut it down. Yeah, man. For real, Blum Machete. Yep, it was, brother. I'm telling you, I was sitting there. And the funny thing is, what's so good is being back on, my regimen and stuff like that. I don't get tired throughout the day. But I know when I'm tired when like 7 o'clock comes around, because you know how some people, they yawn throughout the day and stuff. I don't yawn or anything like that. When I'm tired, I'll know, because right when I go to sit down, then it'll start. I can just feel it. For me, like it'll just start being like, I'm like, oh wow, I'm tired. I feel it. I'm very tired. You know what I mean? So I'll be like, okay, maybe I can get in bed a little bit early tonight. But usually I just wait because I don't want to get in bed really too early before 8:30. Too much earlier than 8:30. 8:30 is pretty, it's pretty early as it is. If I do that, I'm gonna be getting up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. That's gonna be crazy, right? So, so the whole, how would I say, like just kind of just, sitting there and just doing stuff and just trying to find things to do. But I catching myself dozing off, I was like, Lord, you tired. But I was like, I still got to push it till at least, I start getting ready for bed around 8:15ish, start shutting stuff down. But the good thing is when I doze, I was like, okay, it's 7:30. I was like, let me shut it down, because I usually get off of screens by like, I try to do it like an hour before I go to bed. Just get off all screens. So last night, I realized when I got in bed, I was like, you didn't put your post out. You didn't put your Monday workout post. So if you look at that post, it was like 8:35. I was in bed. I was like, let me put it out. So, but yeah, if anybody's in this, not too bad. Not too bad. Price is kind of fighting through here right now. There's some FVGs here from last night, but we'll see. We'll see what we get. So the good thing is we secured some of the, well, I secured 3 of those 4 contracts. So got 1 running, and we'll see what we get. I didn't realize I got, how many contracts I got in here? Accounts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's right. I should have 14 because I added 1. My guy shot me another, I can't say his name, but shout out to my guy, man. That he's shooting me these accounts, these My Fund the Future accounts. That's what's up. But yeah, so far. That's too funny. All right, where are we at? Doing too bad on it. All right, cool. Well, while that's cooking, let's go get this mental muscle rocking. Trade is doing not too bad. We have 80 viewers. We have 43 likes. All I ask is, could we please, let's get the likes up. The likes are free. They cost you nothing. Just put a couple clicks. And let me see here. I'm looking a little, need to brighten up. There we go. All right, cool. So, something else I just noticed too. All right, all right, cool. So let's get to question of the day. All right, y'all. So question of the day today is, What does trading in the zone mean and how do you get there? What does trading in the zone mean and how do you get there? Very, very, very cool. I thought this was a very cool question of the day today. So this I think encompasses some few things. You know what I'm saying? So let's think about that. What does trading in a zone mean and how do you get there? Let's talk about that. Let's brainstorm on that. Let's see here. So I've been in a 5 all this time in drawdown, but I'm not going to be close until the end of the session, but I'm using paper trading so it could stay. Oh, okay, cool. Kiara, you scared. My heart just dropped. I'm like, what? You're in drawdown on the 5 you're still in it. Like, girl, if you don't exit that. But yeah. All right, cool. I started paper trading right at the end. So cool. No, that's cool. That's no harm, no foul. It's paper trading, right? So that's all good. 15-minute bangers invalid. Thank you, Serena. Appreciate that. Nice setup there. Played out perfect. Yeah, absolutely, Rand. No way, brother. 15 accounts. Yeah, I got 15. 5 take profit and 6 take profit and 9 my funded futures. Yep. So, yep. So, yeah. Some evals and the rest are fundeds. But yeah, the one that we're working on right now, you see this is the eval. Oh, well, when I was up on screen share, you can see it's the eval. When we jump back, we'll check it out. But let's see here. Yo, Trent, what FEG indicator are you using? I am using right here, FEG Nephew Sam. This one right here. So just go up here and type in FEG, and this list is going to compile a bunch of different ones. And just make sure you choose that one that says FEG Nephew Sam. Yep. And it's all default settings. The only thing I changed was the colors of excuse me. No, that's all, pardon me, I'm thinking about my swing high low. That's all default settings on the FEG. So let's see here. Did get picked up, had to wait until 9:55 minutes after. Oh, okay, yeah. Got you. You have to wait till after news. Yeah. That's what's up. Didn't mean to. It's all good. Perfect setup. Thank you. You ever check those take profit rules? Was I wrong? About the intraday, right? Right, Ta? I think that's what we were talking about. The intraday. I did not check them, but let me get in there. I haven't checked, and that's one thing I need to do. It's on my list of things to do, and I just haven't gotten around to it. But on my list is I need to go back and go through. But since you mentioned it, let me just take a sneak peek real quick. Let's see here. Let me log in. Oh, geez, Louise. I don't even remember what is it? It's right here. Let's see here. I'm gonna check on that now, Ty. Where is it? TPT. Okay, cool. No, it is. Yep. It's this. And then P word is. Okay. All right, so let me get this rocking. Nope, choose my own. How y'all doing on y'all trade right now? I'm not sure if y'all took what I took, if y'all took something different. Let me know. Make sure that's correct. All right, cool. Yeah, we can say that. All right, let's go. Let's check that, Ty. Let's check that out. All right. I'll do that later. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go to where we at? Knowledge base, right? So we're going to go to test rules. Hit your proper start. Did not see maximum size. Did not hit end EOD. Maximum trailing drawdown. Okay, so we know in the what's the name in the eval top, it's definitely end the day, but I think you were talking about the pro account. So let me jump there. Pro account rules. Let's see here. Trade your account. Rule. You must trade at least 1 day per calendar week. Got you. Okay. Yes, you are correct, Ty. It's intraday drawdown on the pro account. Yes, it is. It's intraday drawdown. Yep. Intraday. I don't even remember that from before, so not really quite sure if that was popping before. I don't remember that. If it was going on, it even didn't affect me, so shout out to that. But yeah, it is intraday trailing drawdown on the pro accounts. That is correct. And I believe that's what you had stated. Yep. Yeah, you did say that. You did say it was intraday drawdown. You are absolutely correct. Let's see here. All right, cool. All right, I'm not going to go through all of it, but that we did solidify that. We know that much. That's for sure. We definitely know that much. All right, so let me log out. Yep, definitely hit that one out the park. All right, where are we at? These accounts. Okay, cool. All right, so we'll jump back since we got that straight. But all right, cool. So let me jump back and let's get back to this. Let's get back to this mental muscle. All right, so what does trading in the zone mean and how do you get there? So there's a book that I recommended to y'all. It's called Trading in the Zone. It's by Mark Douglas. It's an amazing book. It's a book that everyone should read. It's just like the not just like, but it's similar to Best Loser Wins. When I say similar, it's perfect for what it's talking about. So trading in the zone has a lot to do with, the Mark Douglas book has a lot to do with prop firms. Of course, the Best Loser Wins has everything to do with trading psychology, right? So that book, Trading in the Zone, is a really, really good book. Mark Douglas, he just focuses on, how would I say, like being able to pass prop firms, and there's a bunch of other stuff in there too. But it's a good book. So Trading in the Zone is basically being able to detach expectation from trade execution, right? So meaning when we're taking trades, we don't want to have any, how would I say, we never want to have expectations, right? That's why we talk about, we don't expect anything. We wait for the market to, wait for the market to come to us. That's why you'll hear me say, we're not going to the market, right? We're not meeting the market halfway. Like the market, you got to come to us. Remember, we're selfish traders, right? Hence why we do one and done, right? Because whatever profits we make, we're not going to give that back to the market, right? So we're selfish in that regard, right? So when you think about that, right, you always want to think about having expectations is going to change the way that you maybe take an entry. It's going to change your execution. It could even thwart your rules, right? Because you're expecting something, right? So we never expect anything, right? That's one thing about being able to trade in a zone and how to get there, right? Because think about it. Trading in the zone is about executing your edge consistently without fear, greed, or anything like that, right? Because all of that stuff is going to do what? It's going to affect our entry. It's going to affect our exits. It's going to even affect possibly if we're going to take a trade, right? So that's the whole thing about what trading in a zone is and how do you get there. Now, there's still another component to that, right? The other component is the main one, journaling, right? Journaling, your routine, reviewing your setups. Because remember, we want to stay process focused, right? Remember, we are process driven traders. We are not profit driven traders. So everything that I just explained is all about process, right? We want to make sure we're staying in process mode. The only way that we can stay in process mode is we have to make sure that the foundation of our thoughts are all based in going through the steps, rules, discipline. That's why I say treat trading as a business, right? Because treating trading as a business is what? You're putting a particular specific responsibility on yourself to understand like, yo, this is my business. So that's like part of the foundation, right? What is that going to do? Hopefully get you in a mindset to understand if you treat it as your business. I don't know anyone that's gambling with their business. When people have a business, they take it serious, right? It's very, very, they take it seriously. It's very serious though, right? They take it in the regard of like, they're making sure that they're staying on point when it comes to how they move within that business, whatever that is. Because we're talking about trading, we're in the trading game and we're in a trading space. That means what? There's a lot of things that we have to be, there's a lot of things that we have to be mindful of. There's a lot of things that we have to implement. There's a lot of decisions that we have to make. There's a lot of things that we have to do along with all of those things. You know what I'm saying? So when you put that in a mental perspective, those are the things that help you get to the point of being able to trade in a zone. And then when you're trading in a zone, not only to trade in a zone, but also to stay in that zone. You know what I mean? Because that's where we initially want to be, right? Now, it doesn't mean that trades won't go against us. That doesn't mean that. It just means making sure that we are process driven in everything that we do. Now, we're not worrying about the profits. As long as we stay process driven, the profits will come. And another way that you can break it down to yourself is think about this. We know we could have the perfect discipline, perfect setup, perfect price action. I'm talking about perfect everything. And we know nothing's perfect, right? But I'm still going to use that word. Everything's perfect. We followed our rules. We followed our steps. We didn't FOMO in. We got our entry up there. We took the proper, we leveraged properly. We made sure we took a stop loss that made, we had a stop loss that made sense. Like all of those things, everything was perfect. And the trades still go against us. We know that can happen. So because we already know that, then we know that just based on that alone, we should not be focusing on the profits. We always should be focusing on process, because as long as we're repeating the same process and we're staying process driven, that means every trade we take will be a win in the regard of how we implemented that, right? Speaking on implementation and execution, that's the win. That's what we want to focus on. That's what's important. And we know as long as we're doing that every single time that we get in a trade, we're going to be successful. You know what I mean? Because the law of averages don't lie. You can't beat the numbers, right? And because that's what we're doing. We're playing a numbers game. So staying process driven and in process mode is what's going to allow us to get there, which is also another component of being able to trade in the zone. So that's how you get there. Think about it. In order to trade in the zone, is one main thing that we got to focus on. It's the process and everything that comes with that. So we have to keep that in mind. Would you say, Jerry Jack, they gave you 6? Todd said, yeah. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. And just understand that if we're not staying process driven, that we definitely won't be able to get we won't get to the point of being able to trade in the zone as well as staying there. And that's what's important. And remember, it's our routine. I'm gonna say it again: journaling, reviewing your journals. Of course, making sure you're back testing. right? If you're trading a strategy, that means I'm only gonna hope that if you're trading a strategy, you've already back tested it going back 3 years and you've already demo traded it. You know what I'm saying? Like hopefully that before you're just actively trading it. Right now, let me say this. If it's a strategy that you know is proven, meaning like you got it from one of the coaches, it's cool to, take their call outs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to do that, but make sure that you're still back testing the strategy as you're going along and you're learning it. You know what I'm saying? Like at least do that much. Don't just, I'm gonna wait till they call it out. I'm gonna wait till and just take it with them. I'm gonna wait till they call it out and take it with them. Don't just do that. Like it's okay to take the call out as you're learning, but make sure you're learning and make sure you're implementing, you're implementing the strategy based on what you know at that moment. You know what I mean? And pay attention to what the coaches do. You know what I mean? Ask some questions, get some understanding. Hey, Lazy. Hey, Scalp. Hey, Canary. Hey, Euphoria. Juve. Trend. When you took that, why'd you take that right there? Why'd you do that? Why this? Why that? Whatever your question is, just make sure you're doing that. But, you can, because think about it. Realistically speaking, when you come into the community, these strategies are already here, right? Now, I'm going to tell you, back test it, go back 3 years. But if you decide to trade with a particular coach, then learn the strategy. While you're learning the strategy, you can take their call out. Like that's nothing crazy to me, because at the end of the day, you're still learning, right? Because if you think about it, the call outs are merely, they're not just there for you to make bread. They're there for you they're there to help enhance what you're learning if you're trading with that coach. It's not just to like copy their trades. But if you're truly, honestly learning this coach's style, this coach's strategy, and you're taking their call outs, at the same time, you should be back testing them. And if you're doing that, you're good, in my opinion. You're good. Because at some point, you're going to get that done. And then I would still say demo trade it, because you want the repetition. You want to get the feel of how this strategy, how the strategy works, how it works in different markets. When I say different markets, meaning like, I didn't mean to say different market, but how it works during different times of the market. Different times, meaning like last year, we were dealing with tariff stuff, right? This year, we're dealing with war stuff, right? So the back testing is what's going to help you, fine tune that, because the market has some different turbulence at those moments, and then the demo trading is going to be what's going on presently. You see what I'm saying? So all that's going to do is give you the repetition. A lot of times the back testing, think about it, if you're trading with a coach, the back testing is not really for you to see if the strategy works. If the coach is eating off it, the strategy works. The back testing and the demo trading is so you get the repetition down and you become, you master learning how to implement the strategy and making sure you're implementing it correctly. So now, once you do that and you're trading with the coach and the coach says, hey, this or hey, that, you're like, oh yeah, entry here. I know my stop loss here. Like because you did it already. You've been doing it through your back testing. So you can jump right in with the coach. And when the coach is saying, yeah, we have these confluences or we have this going on, you'll understand what that is. You got it. You're like, yep, I see that. I see that. Yep, I see. And everything that they're calling out, you see it. That's where you want to be. Straight up. And shout out to my big brother Scalp guy. He'll tell you there's been many times I've called out like it's happened a lot with the A+. And it doesn't mean that he ain't on his game, because come on, man, this is his strategy. So we know he on his game. But there's times I've called out trades that he didn't see. And he was like, oh yeah, like shout out to TradeGheenyuz. Like we do have this trade. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you want to get to. The only way you can get there is you got to study. That's how I got there. I just studied. I back tested, studied some more, understood, asked more questions, and stay studying. Like now I know these strats like the back of my hand. Like I know them. When they set up, I see it. Like I see it because I know what I'm looking for. And the funny thing is, what I can tell you is from all that back testing is that I start seeing the strategies set up like before they even get there, before they're even fully at entry, or we can take entry. Like I see it set up like, oh, we may have this, we may have that. You know what I'm saying? So Like just keep that in mind. So going back to trading in the zone, like that's how you get there. Everything I just stated is all about process. Just stay process driven and stay in process mode all the time. And that's how you get to trading in the zone. And that's what trading in the zone means. So if there's any questions about that, let me know. Why don't you set a TP for your runner? How do you gauge when you want to take any profit from the runner? I'm confused. A runner is exactly what it means. Morbid Drifter, a runner. You let it go. I'm just going to let it go. At some point, I'll possibly, depending on how much higher it gets, I'll possibly move my stop loss up a little bit higher just to protect those profits. But a runner is exactly what that means, Morbid. It's a runner. You know what I'm saying? Like you just letting it run. And technically, when you have a runner, my TP is set for my runner. Let me jump over here. All right. So honestly, right now, my TP for my runner is this sell stop. You're like, huh? That don't make any sense. So let me explain. The reason why my sell stop is here is because that's for the last runner that's in, right? So what am I doing with this runner? I'm giving it the ability to go as far as it's gonna go. How far do I know? I don't know. But I know one thing, depending on if it gets, like, give you a good example. If it gets somewhere up here, then I'll probably move my stop loss up to about right here and still give it room to breathe. But right now, I'm gonna leave it here. That's where it's gonna stay right now. I'm giving it the opportunity to run. Now I could trail it. I could put it here, right? But there's no TP on runners. Runners just run. Now, at some point, if you're like, okay, it ain't got this far, I'll take profits. That's cool. But you really don't put a TP on a runner unless you are making sure you're capping your profits because you don't want to go over a consistency rule. But for the most part, a runner is that's why it has the name of a runner. So think about a runner. Or if a runner is running, they ain't stopping. They running. So you ain't doing nothing to stop it either. You letting that runner go. That's why it's called a runner. I've already banked. I banked what I went in with four. Yeah, I went in with 4 micros. So I banked already 75% of my position. So I still got 25% in. But I'm giving it the opportunity to run and go and see how much more I can get. Why? For one, I know we have all of this to reclaim. We have a lot to reclaim. You know what I mean? Period. Is it going to go up that high? I don't know. But we know one thing. We know NQ can move a whole bunch of points in a day, right? Can move a whole bunch of points. So that's why there's no TP on my runner. Now, if I decide to take profit wherever I want to take profit, I'll do that. But right now, I'm letting it run. So, yeah. So I just move my stop loss up just a little bit. I can, since it's there. We have a couple of FVGs. We have this little swing low. I moved it up right there. So that's cool. Like I said, if it gets up here, I'll probably move it up to this swing low right here. Like I'll move it here. If it gets higher, meaning like if it gets like somewhere up in here, I'll move it up again. You know what I mean? But I'm giving it the opportunity to just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. That's the whole point of a runner. All right. Narowski said, I'm a spectator at the moment. That's what's up. Oh, what'd you say, Q? I missed it. You're welcome. Oh, but Jerry Jack, one of that 6-1, it's a eval. It's not remember, you only can cap out on 5 fundeds. So just remember, y'all, even though let's say you maxed out on fundeds, you can still get evals and pass the evals. If you pass the eval, then what ends up happening is that eval that you passed, it'll be a funded, but they'll bank it. So then it'll just be back there just waiting. So if you blow one of your accounts, like if you're maxed out, let's say you blow one of them, right? Then that one that's banked, it'll just jump in that spot to keep you maxed at 5. So I don't have 6 fundeds. Like I'm not trading 6 fundeds. I'm trading 5 fundeds in TPT, and one of them is 5 fundeds and 1 eval. So that's the 6 contracts. I mean, excuse me, 6 accounts. So in those 6 accounts, 1 is eval, 5 are funded. Just to make sure I clear that up. Yeah, Naroski, I could still move my stop loss up. I have free reign. So what is let's since Morbid Drifter brought that up, what is the concept of a runner, right? The concept of a runner is to, first of all, to have a runner, you have to do what? You have to bank some of your position, right? Most of the time you want to bank at least 75 to 80% of it, right? And leave 20% of that position to run, right? Or 25%. In my case, because I went in on 4 micros, 25% of my position is running, 75 of the position I already banked. So being that I'm letting it run, the idea is to get as much as you can out of that runner. Now, but also too, you got to be willing to what? You got to be willing to have your stop loss here and be willing to accept the fact that it could come back and take you out. That's okay. I'm good with that. I got my bread already. I got my 75% of my position. I banked that. I'm already in a winning position as far as my trade. I'm already profitable, right? I'm in a profitable position right now. My trade is doing good. So at this point, I'm just going to give it the opportunity to run even more. Period. We already had news. Also, the reason why you want to make sure, you trail a little bit. What if a tweet comes out? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. What if some news comes out? We're still at war. So something we don't know what was going on. All we know is the news when we hear it. And it comes in and tries to tank. Cool. I'm still, my account, my trade is still safe in the regard of my stop loss is here. If price, having to come down and tank, it's going to hit my stop loss. And then whatever I have in profit, that's what I have. But I'm giving this trade the opportunity, this one contract, this one micro, to just get more and more and more bread. So with me, I have to make sure I'm being mindful, because when I get to 1,500, there's a couple of accounts I need to close, those evals, because I'm on a 50% consistency rule. So I got to close out a few of those my funded futures, and I got to close out that one TPT. But I can leave all my other contracts in. The only thing that I messed up on. No, I didn't. I did not mess up. Well, yeah, I did, because if you look, my contract here, I led with, and my leader is the eval, because I have been leading with this one, right? And I was just kind of taking profits on this one. Not taking profits on it. I led with this one. So that means, like, whenever I close out, because this is the leader account that's in, whenever I close this trade out, it's going to close out all my other accounts at the same time, right? I was really just focusing on passing this, right? So have about another $500-600 to pass it, because I got to get to 53. But the idea is I was really focusing on just passing this one, and moving forward, I'm going to make sure that I lead with a funded account. So this way I can close those out, right? And I can still let my funded stay, because there's no consistency rule in those. So, but that's just what I wanted to do. That's how I was doing it. I was letting my funded ride with this eval, because I was really focusing on the eval. But at the end of the day, that is like one of the caveats. If you do lead with an eval and you have a consistency rule, that means if you have funded accounts that you're copy trading with that, then unfortunately when you close this out, those fundeds will close out too. But to do it a little bit differently, you can lead with a funded, and then once you get to the consistency rule in your evals, you can close out your evals. At least in my copy trade, I can close out individual accounts. And then that'll still mean I'll still be in the trade on my fundeds. But that's what I was doing. So, but yeah, so I'm cool with, where, what this is doing, where it's going. And I'm going to stay, I'm just going to stay in it and just let it do its thing. So remember, a runner is exactly what it means. It's a runner. You're just letting it go. Let's see here. Took small profits and out, rebuilding. That's what's up. 2200 support and resistance just now. That's what's up, JR. Nice. Okay, that's what I thought and why I stayed away. Yeah. What TBT accounts do you use? There's only one kind. Oh, 50Ks. Into 3 micros, have one runner going my TP at London High. Got you. D Young, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yep, she read. I thought I did it wrong and jumped out when it went down, only to see you are a minute behind my trades, down 140. Okay. I have that book, but only read it like 2 chapters. I really need to sit down and read, but when I do, I fall asleep. Naroski said, preach. V Brewer, got to run, fam. Good trade today. See my 5-0 crew this afternoon. Have a terrific Tuesday. V Brewer, be good, my brother. I'm going to show you hints yesterday, right? You answered my question. Nice. Don't earn and don't learn. Earn while you learn. Absolutely. What's the website that has the news folders? It is called Forex Factory. I'll go ahead on and let me just put it in here right here for you. Forex. I'm gonna put it in the chat for you. Oh, everybody put it in there. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Yep. Appreciate y'all. Let me see here. Let me keep going down, keep going up. Let's see here. Okay, that you got that. Don from the South. That's what's up. Repetition. That's for real, Blunt Machete. Facts on that. Buenos tardes, Trend. ¿Cómo estás? Let me see here. How am I doing? Todo bien. Sí, todo bien. It's all good. Everything's good. It's all good. I'm just tired. I'm not gonna lie. Mucho trabajo, poquito dinero. You know how that goes, right? It's okay. You could be a little late. It's all right. No worries. Yeah. You know how it is. I'm in an eval only reason I put a TPT. I'm like, got you. Yeah. See, that makes sense, Ty. Like I said, if you're in on evals and you know you got consistency rule, then you can only let those runners go so far. The good thing is even with where I'm at in this eval, if it hits 53 in this trade, I'll still be under the 1500 consistency rule, the 50%. So I'll be good there. Type shit, black IP, some black IP. That's funny, Naroski. That's funny. I think when it breaks this 30,000, it will shoot higher. Hey, Jerry Jack said, word. That's what I meant. Yeah, I'm working on a second. Yeah. I know what you mean. They still allow evals. I didn't know that. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I was talking about a runner when using prop firms because prop firms I've seen a consistency rule and without a TP, wouldn't that risk breaking the consistency rule? That's yep. You are correct. Morbid. Right. Why not set TP at 50% and then just increase your stop? Because I'm trading it a different way. When I say trading it a different way, I'm waiting to my idea today because I know I have I know that I can pass this eval and still be within my consistency rule. So once this hits 53, I was just going to just exit my position. Once this hits 53 and I exit in my position, I'll pass the eval and I'll still be under my consistency rule. And then I have a couple of new evals. So those will just, that's why I was stating that I had been leading with this and I shouldn't have, but it's okay. It's no harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. It's all good. Tomorrow I won't lead with this. I'm going to lead with, I'll just lead with one of my other accounts. I had just been really focusing on these little evals lately because I have a few of them. I've been focusing on just getting those passed and getting them banked. You know what I mean? I was just focusing on that. So, and letting the fundeds follow the evals. I was just leading with the eval. So, let's see here. I guess stop loss as it gets higher. I guess that is what I was really trying to understand. Absolutely. Más menos. Más o menos. We say C-Dub said, yo también. All right. Joel Yates said, what trade copy do you use, Trend? Because I can't keep the TradingView connection when I open Intraday to use Replicanto. Yeah, I've heard about Replicanto. I have not used Replicanto. I'm using TradeSync, and then that started. Okay, so I initially was using Apex NT8, Apex Copier NT8. No, it does not. It does not come from the Apex accounts, because I know a lot of people think that. Yes, same company as far as Apex, two different businesses. So yeah, the Apex Copier, they teamed up with NinjaTrader 8 and they got a copier, right? It's called Apex Copier. But then the Apex Trading, that's a whole different website to get the Apex account. So don't think that, because when I say it, sometimes people think that, oh, he got the Apex Copier because he has Apex accounts. No, two separate, same company, two separate businesses, and it's two separate websites, everything. So they don't, they work together, but they don't go together in the regard of like purchasing them. You know what I'm saying? So the Apex NT8, it's $149. You get 2 licenses with that. And those 2 licenses, you can put them, of course, on 2 different devices, which is pretty cool. And like I said, it's a whole different website, and it's $149 one time. There's no subscription. And that's something I have been using for like a couple years, right? Then it started doing some wacky stuff, and I got mad, and I threw it out on the freeway one day. I drove to this particular freeway here in Los Angeles and threw it out the window. At least that's what I say. I just had pissed me off. Like, it was just doing some weird stuff. I mean, it's the nature of trading. It is what it is. So I go to TradeSync, right? Then of course TradeSync has its issues, right? And it just reminded me, because I have an IT background, right? I have a master's in information systems. So I know this stuff, meaning like I know that there's no perfect computer system. There's no perfect program. You know what I'm saying? There's no perfect app. There's no perfect software. Like, there's a lot of software, a lot of apps, a lot of programs that work very, very ideal, but none of them are perfect. There's always going to be some glitches, because that's just the way that it works in the computer world. So had TradeSync. It had some issues as well. And I was like, all right. So I went back to my Apex Copier. I drove back to the freeway, picked it up it had got rolled on so many times. It was flat. I picked it up, caressed it, put it back in the car, and drove home. So I've been back using my my Apex Copier. I've been back using it. I kind of go between both. It's kind of like how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so that's pretty much what that is. So right now I'm back using my Apex Copier, and yeah, and that's that. So like I said, it's Apex NT8 and then TradeSync. So I'm back using my Apex NT8. I still have the TradeSync, but who knows? I may be using it. I may not. I don't know. I'm just trying to see. So let's see here. So price is not even really moving, considering all of this to reclaim here. But hey, it is what it is. It's a runner. I'm going to let it run. I'm going to let it do its thing. If it comes all the way back down, it just comes all the way back down. I'll live with that. I'm not even tripping. It is what it is. So, but I'm going to give it the ability to do its thing. It could be just a pullback. So we'll see. But yeah, so let's get back into, we already talked about what trading in the zone means and how do you get there. Any questions on that, just let me know. I have been doing the one and done you talked about, and it has helped me massively with work, myself out on a very drawdown. I am now in the green, finally on my evals. It was a mismas. Gracias. De nada. That's what's up. I'm glad to hear that, Bettina. That's what's up. That's dope. You got the account back rocking. That's all that matters. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and jump into tip of the day. All right. So tip of the day today is the market will be, oh, did I miss something here? I sure did. I missed the word in there. Let me get that word in there real quick, y'all. The market will be open tomorrow. I promise y'all I do have a master's degree. I'm not lying. The market will be open tomorrow. You do not have to force a trade today. Just keep that in mind. The market will be open tomorrow. You do not have to force a trade today. So let's talk about that, right? Y'all kind of already know where we're going with this one, right? It's about patience. It's about understanding when to sit on your hands, right? It's about not FOMOing. It's about, as a professional trader, you're going to have days, you're going to have what we call flat days, or days where you're going to sit on your hands, however you want to word it. You know, days where you're not going to take any trades. That's how this works. That's how this goes. You know what I'm saying? So, protecting your capital is a skill, and it's also a position. It's just like taking an entry. That would be a position, right? Taking a position in the market is, you know, taking an entry, right? So, deciding when to sit on your hands, that's also taking a position as well. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, when you do that, what are you doing? First of all, you're exercising extreme discipline. You're treating your trading as a business the way you're supposed to, right? You're showing up with professional and business acumen, right? And the main thing is you're protecting your capital. You know, you're taking a position to say, you know what, just by what I see, by what has happened, you know, meaning what has happened, meaning like within the market, maybe your trade was invalidated, price action is choppy, you know, just something that is going to make you take the position of, I'm going to sit on my hands. You know what I mean? That's what the market will be open tomorrow. You do not need to trade. You do not have to force a trade today. Mindset is about. It's about that. And it's very important that we all understand that. It's very important that we do that. It's very important that we exercise that. And we know that that is always our option, meaning there's nothing to worry about. You don't have to trade today. We got many other trading days coming. Like, trading is not going to stop. Period. It ain't going away. So we don't have to force anything. You know what I mean? No FOMOing, you know, no chasing entries, no, you know, none of that stuff. Just be mindful that there's always another day, and there'll be many, many more trades. Even if you missed a trade, let's say you missed your entry, it's all right. You don't have to chase it. There'll be many more trades, many more setups. That's why treating your trading as a business, tongue twister, treating your trading as a business is the mindset that you need to help overcome all of that stuff. All of the stuff meaning FOMOing, chasing entries, feeling like, oh, I got to trade today. Like, no, you don't. If you really have to scratch your itch on trading, you know what I'm going to tell you. Log out of your live account, log into your demo account, and scratch that itch. At least, no matter what's going on, at least you won't mess up your accounts or your psychology, right? You're protecting your capital. It's still another safe way. It's still taking a position of sitting on your hands. You can still demo trade. That's why that option is there. Like, use it. Use it to your advantage. That'll be the time to take advantage of it. On those days where you decide to take a position of, I'm not trading today. Cool. No big deal. No big deal at all. No harm, no foul. But also just make sure that that's just a part of what? Being responsible. You're not gambling. Like I said, you're treating your trading game as a business. That's what's important. That's what's important. Nothing else. And then what's the other main thing, going back to question of the day? Trading in a zone. What are you doing? You are staying in process mode. That is the win right there. You are staying in process mode. You are staying process driven. Period. And that's what you have to always remember. That's where you want to be mentally. And you can make the decision quick. And when you make the decision, be stern about it. Like, oh, I'm done for the day. I ain't trading. Log out my account. I'll, leave your charts up. I always say leave your charts up, but log out of the account. Once you make that decision, log out. Don't play with your brain. Don't play with yourself. Meaning, don't tell yourself, oh, I'm not trading today, but then you're still logged in, like you thinking something's gonna happen, like you're there waiting, and like you're telling yourself that I'm done for the day, but you're still logged in. So are you really truly done? Like, just be realistic with yourself. Like, log out. If you say you're done, you're done. That means you're done. Understand what that means. That's like if your job tells you, God forbid, that you're fired, it doesn't mean like, oh, no, you can come back. No, you're fired, right? And I'm just using that as an example to say, like, when that decision is made, that's it. That's set in stone now. Period. Like, that's it. So be the same way when you make those decisions to take a position of sitting on your hands. Don't be indecisive with that. Once you make that decision, that's it. It's done. Log out. Like I said, if you still want to scratch the itch, log into your demo account, demo trade, and scratch the itch as much as you want. Period. So just remember that. The market will always be open tomorrow. There'll always be another trade, even if it's on a Friday. Yep, it's the weekend, but the market's going to open back up on Monday or Sunday night if you're overnight trading. Market will be open. Ain't nothing to worry about. You ain't missing out on anything. Excuse me. Even if you miss an entry, it's cool. No big deal. You ain't got to jump in that. So I don't care if the candle's going up. I don't care if it's doing whatever it's doing. Like it just break out going crazy. And if you were in a trade, you'd be up right now. Okay, you missed the entry. It is what it is. There'll be more times. There'll be more opportunities. You don't have to remember that one trade does not define you as a trader. Remember, it's just one of the next 100 of your trades. Just keep that in mind. So you don't have to force anything. And anytime that you take a position to sit on your hands and you protect your capital, think about it. Your accounts are straight. You did all right. You did good. You took a position to sit on your hands. So there it is. Just be mindful of that. Just always be mindful of that. And the other thing too is when your trades become invalidated or price is choppy or we got major news going on and we don't trade on those days, stuff like that, that's cool because guess what? Your accounts are still good. Yeah, they're still good. They're good. Like, ain't nothing wrong with them. They're cool. You don't have nothing to worry about. You protected your capital. Like, it's okay. Like, just know that you don't have to trade every day. That's your opportunity to be like, yep, I ain't trading a day. So you just exercise the we don't have to trade every day concept because we don't. We shouldn't be trading every day. It's impossible. You should not be taking trades every day. That makes no sense. You're doing something wrong if you're taking trades every day, live trades every day. That makes no sense because you're not going to get the right price action every day. We know that. There's times where the market's going to be choppy. Your trades can get invalidated. There's a whole bunch of things that can go on. News, this, that, a lot of things. So you should not be trading every day. That allows you to exercise that. Period. Real simple. Thank you for that. That's why you're a coach for me because that's how I blew accounts instead of making money. Yeah, I'm talking about the 20 Apex and the 34 TBTE. That's all good. Joel Yates, check this out. I have over 200 blown accounts as far as evals and as far as performance accounts or sim funded accounts, I probably got another 80 of those blown. I'm like up to almost about 300 and something blown accounts. No harm, no foul of me. I don't care. It's part of the process. Like I already knew that going in. I didn't know how many I was going to blow, but I knew I was going to blow accounts. That I knew. How many, I didn't know. I didn't even care. Yeah, as I blew them, because it's the thing. So how I got up to that amount so high, let me make sure I let you know that because I know you're new. New to the stream, is when I was trading my Apex accounts, I was only trading 20 at a time. I've never, in any prop firm that I've ever used, I've never just had one of their accounts. I always max out. So if the max is 5, I buy 5 evals. For Apex, the max was 20, I bought 20 evals. I'm trading 20 at a time. So when I'm blowing 1, I'm blowing 20 on my Apex. So think about it. If I have 10 blown accounts on Apex, that's 200 accounts because I'm doing 20 at a time. That's how I'm running it. That's how I do it. To me, it doesn't make any sense I'm going to say it again, to me, my way of thinking. It doesn't make any sense to trade one account when I can copy trade. Why would I do that? To me, that makes no sense. To me, the way I think, the way I'm wired, that makes no sense. Why it doesn't make any sense is because you're always only going to trade in one account, whether you're copy trading or not. You can only trade in one account. Like I said, whether you're copy trading or not. So why not maximize once again, this is me, why not maximize that opportunity and instead of trading one account, trade the max? Yeah, so if I pass one, I'm passing 5. Or if it's Apex, if I'm passing 1, I'm passing 20. Or if I'm getting payouts in 1, I can get payouts in 20. If I'm getting payouts in 5, in one of them, I can get payouts in 5. Like if speaking on TPT, My Funded Futures, Lucid, Tradeify, TEF. You know what I mean? Like that is my way of thinking. Trading one account just makes no sense to me. Because what I can do in one account, I can do in the max amount of accounts. So, that's just how I look at that. So I have a lot of blown accounts. So I can tell you right now, having blown accounts really don't mean nothing. It's a part of the game. It comes with the territory. It's like being an athlete and possibly getting an injury, right? If you're an athlete, that can happen, right? You don't stop playing the game, right? You keep rocking. You just try to do everything you can to what? Keep your body in the best health so you don't get an injury. Same thing with your accounts. What do? Risk management, not over leveraging, knowing when to sit on your hands, all those kinds of things, right? Making sure what? You keep your accounts safe. Making sure what? You're living to trade another day, right? That's how you do it in this game. You know what I mean? So are you going to blow accounts? Absolutely. I don't know anybody that has not blown any accounts that's a trader that's successful. It's impossible. Literally, it's impossible. It's impossible. I don't know if you were on the stream. I had a special guest last Friday was Juvier, and he talked about 60 bands he lost, like his first few weeks of trading. Yeah, 60 bands. So, go right. Think about that. It lets you know these accounts that we're blowing ain't nothing. Because it was 60,000 of his own money. That's different. Way different. Hits way different. Hits in all kind of places different. The pocket, your psychological, you know what I'm saying? Like psychologically, like it hits a lot of ways different. But do you stop trading? No. So thank goodness we can rock with these prop firms, right? These prop firms allow us to spend a minimal amount of money to be able to leverage a larger amount of money and get some payouts on top of that. And if you're smart about it, like with me, I was blessed enough where I was catching Apex on their sales. So I was getting 90% off. Not every time, it was 90 or 80% off. So when I was buying those 20 accounts, you know what I'm saying, at the accounts are $167 each, 90% off, I'm getting the accounts for $16.70. So it's advantageous for me to buy 20, right? That 20 accounts is costing me what? Like $334. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the price of 2 accounts, but I'm getting 20 for that price. So to me, that's just, once again, I'm a numbers guy. It just made more sense. And then even when they were 80% off, I was catching them at 80% off, and I'm still was killing it there too. So that's how I look at it. You know, that's my concept on that. I'm not going to trade one account. That makes no sense to me, for me, to me. So it looks like price is going to come back down and hit my stop loss. Didn't want to run the day. It's kind of been the story of my life for the this past year. Like I've never really caught a good runner. So it is what it is. I'm still going to let it do its thing. And whatever it is, I'm going to take whatever I get in my accounts, and then that'll just be that. But yeah, it looks like it's coming back. So let's see here. Now I want the marathon. Still feel the FOMO though. Even thought I changed and say I won't do it. It's just going to take a lot of practice. Joel, take a lot of practice, for real. Just got something you got to work on. Thanks for the tip. Just now realizing that when I went from regular trading to prop firm trading, I started blowing evals due to being nervous, and that FOMO kicked in, and I started chasing entries. Absolutely. I even went to trade school, so I should know better. Yeah, that's for real. Literally just logged out and wanted to trade more and went to paper trading and lost. Ghetto black to Sarah. Right. But look, the practicing is what's more important, Bettina. This is the thing. The win is you understanding that you logged out and you wanted to trade more and you went to paper. You wanted to scratch the itch. That's how you do it. Can you post a link on your copier? Yeah, I can do that. Good thing you can lock yourself out of Tradeovate now. Yeah. I do that, so I'm locked out. That's what's up. A double-minded man is unstable in all ways. Absolutely. Except the 5. Yes, sir. We don't care if the candle is going up. That's actually me this morning. That's what's up. Try pray. Why are there no rules now? 7 days to upgrade. Do you still go with 20 accounts? Yeah. Absolutely. I'll still go with my 20. Yep. I'll still go with my 20. 2 things I just learned. We can use TradeSync to sync your hedge fund account. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. You could use TradeSyncer. Yep. I just looked at my MFS and I had 199 accounts, so much that the CEO gave me a free account. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. J-Ro, is it possible to trade on your iPad? You should be able to. You're not gonna be able to copy trade on your iPad. So this is the thing with the copy traders. I recommend using a PC with your copy traders, especially with the Apex. Apex, you want a PC. Using Mac, it was a lot of glitches because it wasn't really built and supported by, it wasn't built for iOS. It was built on, how would I say, Android or PC, Microsoft, whatever you want to call it. It's built on pretty much that platform. So it wasn't working well when what I did to try to make it work. I did parallels, right? And I did something else too. Basically just made a virtual machine, right? And made a virtual machine inside of my iOS environment to use the copy trader. But it wasn't good. It didn't work. It was very glitchy, a lot of glitchy stuff going on. And it just didn't work well. It just didn't. So I just went ahead and I copped the gaming laptop, an Asus ROG Strix. I copped that. And that, of course, because it's a PC environment, that's pretty much where my copy trader is. That's where it stays. But with that stated, I can still go on my Mac, go into TradingView, open up TradingView, log into the account that I want to trade, and it'll still copy trade. Because remember, your copy trader and your accounts are all connected through Tradeovate, right? So that's how I'm still able to do that. So my copy trader is sitting in a PC environment, but my trading view and me taking trades is in my Mac environment, my iOS environment. So going to your answer, B. Cologne Jr., if you have excuse me, if you're going to copy trade, you can set up your copy trade on your PC, open it up, set up all your accounts in there, and then you don't have to connect both computers together. You don't have to do that. All you got to do is set up your copy trader in your PC environment, right? And then on your Mac, you're going to log into TradingView and then log into an account that you want to copy trade. That's already in your copy trader. Let's say if you got My Fund of Futures and you got Take Profit Trader and you're going to trade your My Fund of Futures account, that means your My Fund of Future account is going to be the leader. And then in your copy trader, you set your copy trader to all your Take Profit accounts to follow your My Fund of Future account, right? So that's set in there. So that's in your PC environment. Now on your Mac, you can log into TradingView, log into Tradeovate on TradingView, right? So you can trade, and then you'll be able to log into that particular account. And then when you log into that account in your Mac environment, it's going to still copy trade because, like I said, everything is connected. So you don't have to link the computers together. The accounts themselves are linked just in general because they're both logged into the same entity. On your PC, you're logged into Tradeovate through your copy trader, because in order to get your accounts into your copy trader, you have to put in your account credentials, right? And think about it. When you buy prop firms, what do they ask you? Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, TradingView, right? Most of us, pretty much 95% of us, 98% of us always choose Tradeovate, right? So your copy trader is Even though your copy trader is your copy trader, you're still logged into your accounts through TradeEvade. So when you go on your Mac side and you log into TradingView and you log into TradeEvade on TradingView, everything is still linked. So it's still going to work. So that's where the connection is. So you don't have to connect computers. So B Cologne, if you're going to trade on your iPad, like I can trade on my iPad. I can't, my copy trader is not set up on my iPad, but I can trade on my iPad, right? I can just open it up, download TradingView, log into the account that I want to trade. And if that account is set on my copy trader as my leader account, as I'm trading on my iPad, it'll be still copying in my copy trader. So there that is. Easiest way to do it. I have separate screens from my Mac, and I have a separate screen from my PC. They are not connected, no way, no how. The only thing they're connected to is the internet. Well, not even that, because I use Ethernet cable because I want to have a clear connection. So I don't even use Wi-Fi, but they're all on the same network when it comes to my internet. But that's neither here nor there. It's just the way that I stated. In one computer, I'm logged into my copy trader. That copy trader has all of my accounts in there, and all of those credentials are the same credentials that I would log into TradeEvade on TradingView to trade them, right? That's how the accounts are connected. So long as you do it that way, you can still have your PC with your copy trader, and in your Mac environment, you can trade in your Mac environment on TradingView. Because remember, you're only logging into one account in TradingView, right? You're not trading two accounts at the same time. You're only trading one account. So that's the idea. It's the easiest way I could put it, and it works. And no, I don't have yep, she read no splitter. Yep, no splitter. I have screens for my Mac environment, and then I have one screen connected to my PC. Everything's separate. All right, just got stopped out.
Order filled.
So instead of hitting what I should be hitting, I ain't gonna say that, but instead of hitting what I should have been hitting, I'm gonna say it. Price just on some stupid stuff, for real. Like, how we have all this and you reclaim nothing? All right, cool. Whatever. It probably was stop loss hunting. Who knows? But at the end of the day, I still have, what's that? 14 accounts, 557. 14 accounts. I didn't even think it. I could have took the same trade on my other accounts. I wasn't even thinking. Whatever. It is what it is. Well, that's the nature of trading. That's how it goes. And sometimes the runners run, sometimes they don't. And me, if I'm going to leave a runner, I'm going to get everything I can out of that runner. I'm going to let it go until it hits stop loss, or it's going to go and just go, it's going to take off. And at that point, I'll decide if I want to, when I decide I want to close out. So, but yeah. So let's see here. How many is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 14. 14 counts. It was 557, and it was 559 total, but it was 557 because I paid $2 in fees on each account for each trade, for each account for those contracts. So yeah, other than that, we made some cool bread for the day. And if anybody has any questions on tip of the day or question of the day, please let me know. Other than that, I think we're gonna get up out of here. We already been in here for about 1 hour and 40. We got our bread for the day, and everybody should have made. If you traded with me, you should have made some money today. So I'm gonna have a firm belief that I'll show this on screen. I have a firm belief that price came down because I have my stop loss up here. Up here. I have a firm belief that price may tap into the FEG and then continue on. That's what I really truly think. But yeah, so my stop losses are right there, right where you see that little white wick right here, right there, right here. So it is what it is. That's the nature of trading. So let me log out of my account. So, it brought me back down. Oh, wow, too funny. So I still need a band to pass this. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and log out. All right, so logged out of that account, leave my charts up, and just kind of just go from there. So lazy called out sales. Gotcha. That's the second time he called out sales today. The first one, it went against them. Let's see what he got. Oh, yeah, he did. Another trend line breakout. Got it. Yep. Almost 200 anticipated. Long road down. Take partials. Got you. Well, I couldn't take that because I was in my strategy. My strategy was buys. So I had to rock with my strategy and trust my strategy. All right, so let's see here. We appreciate all the free game. Oh, Joseph Love, you're welcome. No problem, no problem, no problem. Tamisha Bonner, what's your strategy? This strategy is called Daily Strat, is what it's called. Also, what time do you guys take the 5-0? 5-0 is taken at night. De nada, hermana. Sí, buen día. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. 5-0 is taken at the beginning of overnight session. If you want to jump on with us, Joseph Love, it's a members only stream, and you have to become a member to be able to get in the room with us. We take that it's called we have a members only stream, but my member room is called the Genius Vault. So we all take it in there. We talk about how to trade it. We talk about, just the whole strategy on that, getting the right account, all of that stuff for that trade. That strategy is totally different. It's not like any other strategy that we take. Yeah, it's different. So if you want to know that, you got to get in the room for that. See what my brother before said. Okay, cool. I'll jump back on that. Yeah. I can drop the link for you if you're interested. Let's see here. And anyone else that may be interested, if you want to get in the room on that, let me get to the link. Let's see here. Boom. There's no annual billing, unfortunately. Yeah, there's no annual billing, Marvin. Yeah, they don't do it. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't do it. Yep, there is none. No annual billing. It's basically month to month. And that's not a me thing. That's a YouTube thing. Yeah, unfortunately. I've been meaning to tell you that. Let's see here. And we are right here. All right, so there it is. Trade, travel, eat, pray. Did I say that right? Trade, travel, eat, pray, love. Yep. Members only stream starts at 2:50. At 2:50. Well, 5:50 Eastern. I was saying 2:50, meaning my time, because I'm on Pacific Standard Time. But yeah, it starts at 10 minutes before the market opens. Market opens at 6 p.m. Eastern. We start at 2:50. All right, and the trade is taken every day at the same time, at 6:05. So. That's funny. I was just reading something. But yeah, so you're welcome, no problem. So yeah, so we're gonna get up out of here. Had a good day. Pretty decent day today. Really don't like the fact that price pulled back like that with all of that buy side liquidity from overnight. But it is what it is. I really think about all we can do is just implement the strategy and live with the results. So with that stated, we're going to get out of here. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And anybody that's interested in joining the members only stream, interested in getting into the Genius Vault, the link is in the description. And other than that, y'all have a blessed remainder of y'all day. Shout out to the Edge Funder co-founders, Juvier, Scalp God, my brothers. Without them, we wouldn't be here. And yeah, so I catch y'all in the vault tonight. And if not, I'll see y'all first thing tomorrow. Oh, and I want to also state we have a special guest. Our next special guest will be here on Thursday. So you definitely want to tune in for that. It's going to be another epic interview. Should be really, really dope. I'm excited for this one as well. But yeah, so there it is. And like I said, y'all have a blessed remainder of y'all day. And if you made money today, make sure you log out of your accounts. Protect your capital. Do not go back into the market. Leave your accounts up. Leave your charts up, but log out of your accounts. All right. And with that stated, I am signing off. Yay.